Hey guys, it's Brooke. So I'm in my new house in my new room, and I'm actually only going to be here for like 4 more days because I'm going off to college. So I'll be a freshman in college this year. A lot of you guys probably thought I was like 15 or 16, but I'm 18. I turned 18 like 3 months ago. So yeah, I'm probably going to pre-record a few videos today just so I can kind of get used to my new routine the first few weeks of college. But yeah, just thought I would update you guys. I don't know if you care, but thought I'd say it anyways. But in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I personally got over my tumbling mental block. And obviously different things help different people, but I tried so many things to get over my block because I really wanted to get over it, and I'm just going to share with you guys what the most helpful things were for me. So I got my block last October, so October 2016, and I had just sprained my ankle, so I was in a boot for like 6 weeks, and then once I was cleared, that's when I started blocking. I had 2 weeks to get my skills back before we competed. So when I tried to tumble for the first time after I was cleared, I just couldn't, I just wouldn't throw any skills. So I went to a private lesson, and it took half an hour for me to do a standing back handspring on tumble track with a spot, which was very discouraging because the last time I had tumbled, I had all of my level 4 skills, and now I couldn't do a level 2 skill without a spot. But I got my running tumbling back like 4 days later. It did not take me that long to get that back. And then I got my standing back tuck back like a month later, and then all the rest of my standing tumbling I got back like 6 weeks or 7 weeks later. So it wasn't a super long block. There's definitely a lot of things that helped me. So the first tip and most important is do not talk down to yourself or discourage yourself or anything like that, because that makes it so much worse. I honestly think the reason I blocked is because when I first tried to tumble and I couldn't, I literally came inside and was like, I forgot how to tumble, Mom. I don't remember. And she was like, that's not true. And I was like, yes, it is. I don't remember how to tumble. I don't remember how to do any of my skills. And like, that's obviously not true, and I shouldn't have said that over and over again. I convinced my brain that I didn't remember how to tumble. So that is the biggest mistake I made when it came to my mental block. So do not do that. It just, don't do it. Do not do it. The second thing is try to not stress yourself out. And obviously this one's kind of hard because you can't always choose how stressed you feel. But when I first told my coach that I was blocking, he was like, do not stress about it and you'll get your tumbling skills back sooner. And he was right. So tumbling on tumble track stressed me out, so I didn't tumble on tumble track. If trying to throw the skill over and over and over again stresses you out, don't do that. Try drills instead. If you know a certain method is not going to work for you, do not spend time on that because it will stress you out so much. So just in general, try to relieve as much stress as you can, and that will help your mental block in the long run. Okay, the third tip is pretty obvious and pretty short, but get spotted or have private lessons. Private lessons are honestly the #1 thing that helps mental blocks, in my opinion, because you're just working one-on-one with a coach, and that will help you so much. So yeah, short and sweet, get spotted, get private, just put in work, honestly. Okay, my next tip is to rely on your muscle memory, and basically this means that your body remembers how to do your tumbling skill. It just does. Like, that's just how your body works. If you do a tumbling skill enough, your body will memorize it, but your brain is what's getting in the way. So when you're trying to get your skill or skills back, you don't necessarily have to like go to the gym and tumble every day. Like, yes, reps are important, but you also have to like rewire the way that your brain thinks about the mental block, and that'll help you more because it's a mental block, not a physical block. My next tip is probably the one that has helped me the most, and it's the one that I always tell my friends and stuff, but that's to use logic. And that sounds weird, but tumbling has a logic to it. One of my friends was worried about not putting her hand down on an aerial because she thought she was just gonna stop vertically and completely slam her forehead into the ground, like just straight up and down. And I was like, no, like that can't happen because you're rotating your hips already. So you're sending yourself around as soon as you take off for the aerial. So the worst thing that can happen is you like fall on your arm or you like land on your knees or something, but you're not just gonna completely like smash your head into the ground, you know what I mean? So there's just so much logic that goes into it. Maybe that's just the way that I think, but like tumbling is a science and it has so much logic to it, and if it didn't, people wouldn't do it because it wouldn't be safe enough. So just try to think about it logically. I know I've said logic or logically like 14 times, but that will help you so much. So I got over my mental block in like January, and I was still nervous to throw standing back handsprings or any standing tumbling besides standing backs until July. That's a long time. And if that's you, like you're not blocking, but you're like, I don't know how to put it, you're like nervous about it, I guess. Like it just like kind of freaks you out. These are a few things that will help you also. Sorry if this makes this video way longer. If this stuff doesn't apply to you, then thanks for watching and you can click out of this video. I'm gonna say these things anyways because the nervousness was a big struggle for me. The first thing is to throw the skill repetitively, and if this means like throwing the skill every day, 5 times a day. Like for example, if you're blocking on back handsprings, do 5 back handsprings every day, and then your body and your mind will just feel more comfortable about doing that skill because you're like, I did this every single day, why can't I just do it at the gym? The next tip is to ask someone to encourage you while you tumble, and this helps so much. I love encouraging people when they tumble, and it honestly is a win-win situation. Like, it just helps both ways. I hype up my friend Christina all the time when she tumbles. Come on, you got it. Muscle memory. You got this. Use your power. Use it. Push, push. And then she does the same for me.
Mom, Brooke, you got this. Push.
And it just works so well, and honestly, it does help. Okay, the last tip helped me the very most, and it's kind of weird, but it's to focus on something other than throwing the skill. Okay, let me explain that. I was still kind of freaked out about standing back handsprings, and we did them in tumbling over and over again, and it just freaked me out. I didn't like them. I hated being nervous every time I tumbled. Like, I just hated that. I was so ready to not be nervous, but I didn't know how. So at one of our tumbling classes, we had to put bean bags in between our ankles and do standing back handsprings, and then like if you kept the bean bag between your ankles, that meant you were squeezing them enough, and like you have to squeeze really, really hard. So I'm a very competitive person, and I really, really wanted to be able to do that. And I did that like 6 or 7 times, and literally since then I have not been nervous to throw a standing back handspring, knock on wood, because I was just focusing on keeping the bean bag between my ankles instead of throwing the actual skill. So if you focus on your technique or just something specific, like this time I'm not going to throw my head, or this time I'm going to lift higher, or this time I'm going to rebound better, thinking about something different will help you because your muscle memory takes care of the skill. But if you just think about that technique instead of the actual skill, you'll just kind of forget about the nerves of the skill, and it helps so much. Okay, so that's all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this and that it was helpful. Please subscribe because I'm really trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Bye!